While I Was Playing Fair by Grammatic. Welcome to the Rise Weekly Review for September 6th through September 13th, 2021. A mother is in custody after the fatal shooting of a 12-year-old boy in South Chicago on Saturday. Around 10:30 a.m., the boy identified as Caden Ingram was found unresponsive by a witness on the 8000 block of South Bennett. He was found with a gunshot wound to the head and pronounced dead at the scene. According to police, his 36-year-old mother, Fallon Harris, shot Caden over a missing digital storage device. In a hearing, prosecutors claim Harris confronted her son at gunpoint around 10:15 a.m., demanding to know where a digital storage disk she had removed from her car the night before was. When the child did not produce them, Harris shot him. Harris reportedly walked away from the child before returning and firing at him again. She was taken into police custody and is currently being held without bond. Police filed the initial incident as a domestic violence case. Harris, who has worked as a city laborer, was described by family members as suffering from mental health issues, including paranoia.
People need to know that mental illness is real. Mother is a loving mother. She loved him more than she loved anything in this world. The joy of my life, you know, he was everything that a father could ever want in a child. Feeling is indescribable.
The city of Chicago has a listing of a female employee by the name of Fallon C. Harris, who works as a laborer for the Department of Transportation, although it is uncertain whether it is the same woman. Anyone with information on this or other Chicago crimes is asked to contact 311 or leave an anonymous tip at cpdtip.com. A man has died after a shooting on the Bishop Ford between Elkeld and Hegewisch. The shooting occurred around 1:45 a.m. on Monday the 13th. State troopers responded to a call about a shooting on the I-94 southbound ramp to 130th. News reports state a fire department spokesperson said the man was found shot inside a vehicle. The man has been identified on various social media sites as 49-year-old Sean Robinson. Robinson passed away at the scene from his injuries. Police shut down the Bishop Ford eastbound ramp on 130th going towards Hegewisch while an investigation was conducted. The ramp was reopened around 5:48 a.m. As of the time of this reporting, there are no further details as to the circumstances of the shooting. On Friday, a man was injured in a shooting in South Chicago. According to reports, around 6:59 p.m., the man was on the 8200 block of South Marquette when someone fired shots at him. The 37-year-old man was struck in the neck. He was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where his condition was stabilized. A shooting on 95th and Stony Island on Friday left a 50-year-old woman injured. The woman was driving around 11:45 p.m. when someone in a red sedan nearby began firing shots. The woman was struck in the right arm. She drove herself to Roseland Community Hospital, where she was being transferred to Stroger Hospital. It is not clear from reports whether she was the intended target. On Saturday, 2 men were wounded in a shooting near the South Chicago-South Shore border. Around 5:05 p.m., the men were standing by a parked vehicle on the 7900 block of South Escanaba when someone opened fire. The details on the shooting are limited, but reports state a 23 and 21-year-old were both wounded. The 23-year-old was struck in the left foot and the 21-year-old in the right foot. Both were taken to South Shore Hospital and last reported in good condition. During the week, another sad update came out on a separate shooting that occurred on Sunday the 5th in South Shore near the Cultural Center. 32-year-old Kelly Mitchum was identified as the driver of the car that was shot in the incident. Mitchum was driving around 5:20 p.m. on the 7000 block of South Shore Drive when someone in another vehicle opened fire on him. He was struck multiple times and crashed. He was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center in critical condition. He had passed away from his injuries on Thursday. In an update to a story we reported on last week, a man killed on 78th and Clyde in South Shore has been identified and a suspect has been arrested. 20-year-old Peter Jackson Jr. from South Shore was murdered in an alley on Sunday the 5th. Surveillance video obtained by police show a suspect identified as 19-year-old Davian Houston meeting with Jackson. Houston was an employee for a landscaping company. The video reportedly showed Jackson and Houston engaging in a possible gun sale. Both men are seen entering Jackson's red Ford Focus that was parked near Houston's apartment, with Houston getting into the rear and Jackson in the front seat. Video also showed Houston lifting his hand behind Jackson's head inside the car, and audio captured the sounds of 2 gunshots. Houston could then be seen searching Jackson's body. After obtaining a search warrant, detectives found a 9mm handgun inside Houston's apartment that matched bullet casings found near the body. Houston reportedly confessed to being the man in the video and purchasing the gun from Jackson. He reportedly told detectives he was supposed to pay for them using Apple Pay, but his phone was having trouble sending the money. He stated when he gave Jackson the gun back, Jackson started loading it and he feared he would shoot him. He claims he attempted to grab the gun and had fired, striking Jackson. Houston has been charged with first-degree murder and unlawful use of a weapon. He is expected back in court on the 28th. In an update to a story we reported on previously, the body of a man who went missing after swimming from a boat in Lake Michigan near the 63rd Street Harbor has been found. The man, identified as 49-year-old Martin Mendoza of Waukesha, Wisconsin, was spotted several weeks ago on Sunday the 15th of August by a crew of a U.S. Coast Guard helicopter conducting a training exercise 3 miles east of Lake Forest. In other news, teachers in Hammond, Indiana, participated in a rally on Tuesday night to raise concerns over COVID-19 safety measures and increasing school violence. Teachers from across the Hammond district rallied at the school City of Hammond district board meeting. Teachers raised concerns about difficulties with social distancing in packed and oversized classrooms. Teachers working at Hammond Central High School, where 2 teens were recently shot, complained to the board about a lack of measures being done to address the violence. Teachers at the meeting asked the board where the police officers the board promised to assist in securing the schools were.
Where are the police officers we were told were going to be there?
The school district has been facing increasing difficulties following the recent retirement of a number of teachers, with 50 vacancies yet to be filled.
Not enough teachers, lots of resignations.
Teachers have been requesting aids or assistance in addition to COVID-19 and security safety measures. During the week, reports came out on students infected with COVID-19 at George Washington High School on the east side. Chicago Public Schools reported 2 cases at the school. It also reported that over 168 students had also had close contact with the people infected. A student interviewed by ABC News at the school described difficulties with social distancing.
When we get out of class and we have to go to another class, everyone's kind of close to each other. It's kind of hard to keep a distance in the hallways.
CPS has released a dashboard where they have reported the numbers of confirmed cases district-wide. In addition to the cases at Washington High School, CPS has reported 1 case at Marsh, 1 at Adams, 1 at Sadlowski, and 1 at Thorpe. In total, since August 28, CPS has reported 71 adults and 89 student cases of COVID-19 in schools. The Chicago Teachers Union has questioned the accuracy and transparency in the reporting. CTU's president, Jesse Sharkey, claims the mayor has been responsible for reporting numbers that don't match what teachers and parents have been saying has been occurring at the schools. The CPS COVID-19 tracker can be found at the bit.ly address on the screen, bit.ly/3 lowercase HRD uppercase X uppercase W lowercase p. Protesters are suing the Village of Dolton following arrests made during the protest. The protest was held on September 1st at an outdoor village hall meeting. Protesters stood on the street across from the meeting, chanting, "Alexis Wilson" and "Justice for Alexis." The group of protesters were demanding answers after the fatal shooting of 19-year-old Alexis Wilson by Dolton police on July 27th. The incident happened at Baba's Steak and Lemonade. According to police, they were called for reports of a woman with a gun in the drive-thru. When they arrived, a male passenger got out of the vehicle, but Wilson refused and attempted to drive off. One of the officers appeared to have attempted to jump into the window of the vehicle while she drove off. Police claim Alexis attempted to use the vehicle as a weapon and fired their weapons at her in response. According to a lawyer for Wilson's parents, she was shot 7 times and twice in the head. They state that one of the officers also punched her twice in the face before she drove off. After the shooting, the vehicle crashed and she died at the scene. No weapon was found. Protesters are asking for a police accountability board for Dolton and other south suburban areas. During the village protest, police arrested Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef and 3 other protesters claiming they were disturbing the peace. Yosef and the Chicago Activist Coalition for Justice are seeking to file a civil rights lawsuit claiming their rights to free speech were violated.
I was arrested for disturbance. So I got some disturbance charges and, I feel like my rights to protest was infringed on.
Others arrested were members of different organizations, including Good Kids, Mad City, One Team, One Plan, and the Party for Socialism and Liberation. In other news, the Southeast Chicago Historical Museum has launched a new web archive. The archive contains decades of photos and pictures of documents housed at the Southeast Side Historical Museum. The archive has 4 interactive storylines or mini documentaries on local topics, including the Memorial Day Massacre, Mexican-American migration journeys, the closing of the mills, and impacts of deindustrialization and environmental impacts of area industry. You can access the site at www.scchicagohistory.org. And finally, a Purdue University professor has left a $700,000 estate gift to Purdue Northwest in Hammond. Professor Dr. Maria Longas was a retired professor of chemistry at Purdue University Northwest. Born in Colombia, she was a pioneer in research on hyaluronic acid in aging and had an academic career that includes decades of contributions to the field. She published over 25 papers in refereed journals over her career. While teaching and researching chemistry, she also enjoyed supporting charities and was a lover of arts, museums, plays, and wrote poetry. Dr. Longas passed away from complications due to COVID-19 at the age of 77. And that ends our weekly review for September 6 through September 13, 2021. Thank you for joining us for this week in review. Peace.